Hi everyone, welcome to our Campus Resources video episode 2. So today we're very happy to invite Tyler Shannon, the director from the Case Management, to be with us and help us with about this program at FSU. Hi Tyler, thank you for joining us today.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, sure. So we know that case management is such an important resources at campus. However, a lot of students didn't have a chance to really reach out to those rich resources at case management. Do you want to briefly introduce us about yourself and also this program?
Yeah, so again, my name is Tyler Shannon. I'm the Director of Case Management Services. Been here for 5 years. My background is previously in mental health counseling and a lot of community supports and things of that nature in case management. The case management office is here to provide support, advocate on students' behalf. There's a lot of things that students will experience, a lot of life circumstances that one may go through, and this office is here to support you, mitigate what we can, and discuss some options that might be available through those different circumstances.
Gotcha. So, like we're under this kind of conversation about what kind of circumstances exactly, like when international students experience that they should think this should be the right contact with the case management.
Yeah, so any kind of medical, family, mental health, financial, academic, anything that a student may experience some difficulty in or some stress, those different kind of circumstances as they arise. Case management is here to discuss the different options. So it could be anything from a death of a loved one to needing a little bit extra support academically if there's any kind of impact. By and large, case management is here as a referral source to get students connected with relevant resources.
I see. So if let's say we're having some like academic distress or something like, so case management should be there and like we can reach out to you at that moment.
Right, exactly. We want to talk about some different resources, things that are available, and then also work to connect the students with other resources that may be helpful to mitigate their circumstance.
Gotcha. So what are the typical like or the expected steps like students should experience or have when after they reach out to you?
Yeah, so once we reach out in this time, we are scheduling appointments to meet with students. They meet with a case manager. We do an assessment of needs to figure out exactly what is the situation, what does the student identify as the concern, and then we're going to discuss what we can do to address that concern, and then what other resources may be available, whether it be counseling or any kind of academic um, tutoring and those kinds of things. We're here to try to mitigate the initial response, but then also refer students to that longer resource. Something that I like to explain case management is we're kind of like an ambulance and we're trying to get students to the hospital. So we're that first initial kind of conversation. Let's see what's going on, but we're trying to get them to the longer resource that could be helpful.
Oh, I like this metaphor. Like it makes me understanding more about what case management should be like. So you're kind of the one that accompany us all of the way and direct us to the right resources at the campus, right?
Exactly, right. We want to make sure that the student is getting exactly where they need to go and who to speak with in order to discuss some supports and get their concerns addressed.
Gotcha. So is it like a 24/7 services?
Yeah, so we are an 8 to 5. So we are available 8 to 5 Monday through Friday.
Mhm.
Um, and there's various means for students to get a hold of us.
Gotcha. So what are the ways that students can contact the case management?
Our direct number, which is 850-644-9555, or by email at casemanagement@fsu.edu. Again, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, a student could also walk in and be set up on a computer to have a Zoom meeting with a case manager.
Oh,
We're
that's great.
located over in the stadium.
So now students can actually do a Zoom meeting with you about their special situations.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So is it open for all FSU students, like international students and scholars and FSU communities?
Exactly. It's available for any student, current or past. It could also be for students who are looking at possibly going to FSU, or maybe they had to take a break or a semester off but they're still in need of some different resources. We're here to support them before, during, and after their time at FSU.
So currently, let's say we have some international students couldn't come to US right now, but they're still, they still are available to use these resources?
Right, right. We want to make sure that students are supported, they're taken care of, and that we're getting connected with those resources that could be helpful, whether or not they're students. We want to make sure that they're supported.
Gotcha. And just as a side note, it's a free service, right?
Correct. 100% free.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you so much. Do you have any other suggestions for students and other final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I do want to say that one of the things that case management is in charge of that I think is helpful for a lot of students is the food pantry. It doesn't cost anything, it's free. There's a link on our website, dsst.fsu.edu/CMS or case management services or case management that will let students sign up for an appointment in order to use the food pantry. Again, it's free, can come once a week. We have anything from meat options to vegetarian options. We try to cater the bags that we have for students for what the nutritional needs are, what the requests are. So that's something that's really, really helpful. I think another piece to kind of highlight is college is extremely difficult, especially as an international student away from support structure. It's easy to get in over your head. It's easy to be stretched thin between, all the maybe like a work position and then also having to do classes and then trying to balance all the social structures. There's a lot. And so it's important to always make sure as a student that you're taking time for yourself, that you're taking a break from academics and doing something that recharges your battery, something that gives you energy, whether that be something from art or going on a nature walk. We do have some suggestions on that website I mentioned under resources that can give you some information about some suggestions that we've had for self-care. But it's so important to be taking a break and taking some time in order to give back to yourself in order for you to give the best that you can to other areas of your life. Another thing to highlight would be studentaffairs.fsu.edu, virtual FSU. That is a website that's set up in order for students to feel connected, get connected with different services during this COVID and virtual time.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. Especially the self-care and food pantry. I feel like personally, as an international student currently at FSU, it will be very important resources also as a new one to Tallahassee. Thank you so much, Tyler. Thank you so much for joining us today and letting us know more about the case management. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all.